Ah, it's good to be a fox. No shit.
It's me, Oxide Fox! And yes, a new video! It's happening! Right now! That's good. I'll use that. I'll use that too. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking for more of these videos on my model car stuff. I haven't been building a lot recently, but I'm trying to get back into it right now. Another thing I actually tried doing was video game Let's Plays. Hey everybody, it's me, Oxide Fox! Figured I wanted to show you this game that I've been playing. It's a lot of fun. It's called Don't Get Mauled to Death by a Bear Simulator. It's pretty straightforward. All you gotta do is do your best to just not— FUCK, I suck! It didn't go well. So I figured I'd stick to something that I am good at, and that's making these model cars all post-apocalyptified and looking like they belong in a Mad Max movie. Alright, well let's start with this one then. This is a model that it's always good to get, especially if you like cutting models apart and using parts and pieces, and kit bashing is what they usually call that. But I love this thing so much because it's got these awesome wheels, working suspension, a full frame. It's got all these great little parts on it. And I always put the chassis and wheels on these big crazy post-apocalyptic trucks and vehicles. And like I just absolutely love that. Like that's just too cool. I had to cut that one apart and stretch it out. Y'all seen that one in an older video. The roof lights and the front bumper, those are always awesome parts too, like on this little car. Got the front bumper there, the lights on the roof. And the fender flares are also parts that you can glue on, so you can always put them on other models too. And it's definitely a great way to give a regular kind of car just a really cool, different, mean look. And so that's why I love that thing. I always try to pick these things up. My squeaky chair. Yeah, these things are just a treasure trove of awesome little pieces. And I totally recommend getting one of these if you like building this kind of stuff, because it just makes it easy, really. Alright. This is actually a model right here that I've just started putting together just real quick. Try to get back in the swing of things. Come on, hands, work. Eh. Oh, that's completely hopeless. But yeah, 1967 Chevy Impala, made by AMT. And I figured it was just kind of a neat looking car. Yeah, I like them in real life too. And I really like these AMT kits. I always try to buy them if I can actually look at the back, because you can tell that this one's got a full frame, it's got full suspension, exhaust, so you know it's going to be one of the better ones that AMT does, because they're kind of hit or miss sometimes, let's all be honest, if you build these things a lot. But yeah, so I was just going for something simple at first, just a simple black and red. Probably gonna then cut this one up and then post-apocalyptify it. But definitely something to just kind of get back into the feeling of, like, you know, shaping the plastic, sanding, gluing, cutting the parts, because it's been a few months actually. Another thing that I got recently, actually at a Toys R Us while getting a present for my nephew, is this awesome little trailer. It's actually die cast and it weighs a shit ton. This is made by Greenlight Hitch and Tow. Yeah, they make a few of these little trailers and Airstreams. And my thought process was I wanted to cut out the axle, slam it down, maybe paint it or make it look like really rusty and old and beat up. Maybe put like some pinstriping on it, kind of give it like a rat rod look. And then maybe either build a car or make it work for a car I already got. Just to make it look like one of those cool, them catchy cool little hot rods that have the trailer they can pull on. But yeah, like I've always wanted one of these things too. Like small camper trailers in 1/24th scale are pretty hard to come by, so these things are awesome as hell. And you can work with die cast. I've proved that in the past. Little door opens up. It's got a full interior. I don't know if I'll keep the yellow. Maybe paint it like red or black or something else. But this is going to be a lot of fun to work with. I really do think that this will be pretty badass once I do that. Another kit I got was this 57 Ford blah 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 wagon that you know, I'm always a sucker for wagons, especially like 50s and 60s, and I kind of thought this would be cool if I did it like another rat rod or a hot rod, but like right now I can't find the tires for it, or good tires. The ones that it comes with, the white walls are like those little decals that you glue on, or you know, the wet transfer, and then you spray them with something. And I am so bad at this, and I don't have a hope in hell in being able to get that to work. So either I cannibalize another model, chop it apart, take its parts, or find wheels somewhere in my pile, which I got piles of parts everywhere. Yeah, I think this would definitely be cool as like a rusting rat rod. You know, it'd probably go great with that trailer, actually. Ah, yes, the Ford Bronco. I definitely wanted to try this kit for sure the second I saw it available. I love these things in real life, and I thought like, this will be the model that I buy to just quickly put together, and I'd love to just have this like as is, completed. No intense weathering, no modifications. Except I was noticing like skill level 5 and how a model that's so small has so many parts. And when you're actually holding it in your hand, you realize just how small it is. And I don't know, like, it's hard to say why, but I just don't care much to build this one as is. And it does come with these awesome tires that come on, fingers, work. There we go. But yes, it's got a full frame, 4x4, short wheelbase, and it's got these awesome little treaded off-road tires that they're too small to go on most of these full-size and mid-size cars. But I was thinking they would be perfect for like a smaller car. Hopefully my fingers aren't too big. Yeah, I was thinking something like this. This is something that I got from Crash and Cinder. But yeah, so I definitely feel like they're definitely a good size for a car like this. Or like, I was thinking about using this, whatever it was, some sort of Chevy. But Crash had also given me this Datsun, and I really wanted to do something with this, but I just didn't know what, until I saw that these tires and the rest of that chassis is probably going to fit perfect under this thing. And so I'm like, oh, right there, this is going to be an awesome little post-apocalyptic dune buggy kind of thing. Just a quick, fast, all-terrain, compact car. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun to do as well. Just because it's a bit different, because I'm always using muscle cars and big classic cars from the 60s, but definitely a small Japanese car is going to be a ton of fun, especially a more sporty car as well. And this thing is another thing that I got from Crash and Cinder. Late 70s Cadillac. Now I love these things, and they're getting, you know, they're pretty hard to find. This is actually like a promotional toy that would have been, originally it would have been molded in whatever color plastic. This one would have been red, it looks like. And it didn't come with the chassis or suspension or anything, none of the wheels. But this would have been made for the kids that belong to potential customers at like the Chicago Auto Show or at the dealership. You know, this is what they'd give to the kid to kind of entertain themselves. And, well, the salesperson talked to mom and dad about getting themselves a new Cadillac. But because these are getting, you know, kind of rare, and on eBay they can go for a lot of money, not gonna cut this one up. Probably just gonna build it into like a cool, simple car. Maybe a little bit of custom work. Maybe just lower it a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely taking my time with this, because this is something I'd definitely love to keep. And I do have a Cadillac that I am gonna chop up and post-apocalyptify. And it's that new one from Revell. And like, you know, in a few years, like, people are buying like 10 of these at a time, and they'll be selling them for $100 each. But right now they're about 20 bucks each. And yeah, skill level 5. It's got tons and tons of parts, and you know, the trunk opens and it's got all this little trim and everything that attaches on. And like, I'm just such a sucker for these late 70s Cadillacs. They remind me of demolition derby cars. And what I'm thinking of doing with this is probably chop the roof, kind of make it like a pickup truck shape, and I might be using the wheels and suspension from that Jeep. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I want to make it look too similar to this one, or maybe I do. Like, it'd be kind of cool if it looked like they both belong to the same clan or group or pack or whatever, or colony, and like, that could definitely be pretty cool. But I would like this to just be like a light duty cargo vehicle, or like light assault. I think this could definitely be a ton of fun, just because I love Cadillacs so much. And you know, the only time I can really chop into them is when I get these newer kits, just because the older ones all go for a premium pretty much, because they don't come out all that much or all that often. But definitely, that's gonna be a lot of fun for sure. But yeah, so let me know in the comments if there's anything you saw here that you'd like me to talk about more, maybe in another video, or you got a question I can try to answer for you. So that's just about going to do it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!